Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for checking out another video. Today we're hopping back on board with Scump as he and the Chicago Huntsmen go to battle against Scraps, Wuskin, Jerd, Dylan, and Rated from the London Royal Ravens. So this one, I'm super pumped to just watch London play. I have seen like one or two scrims from them in the past, but for the most part, I think that they're fairly unknown in terms of how they're gonna end up playing once the Minnesota land comes around. So I'm interested to see them in action against Chicago on this one. And also, this is a nice opportunity for Chicago to be able to bounce back from the last couple days. I'm not saying that London's bad or anything. I just think that Chicago needs a scrim or two to just relax, play somebody other than Atlanta. They played them like kind of 3 or 4 days in a row and just got their doors blown off. So right now, it looks like Chicago's doing a really nice job of holding down time in that first hill, but what they need to do is they need to push this out so that they have spawns for the second hill. So kind of a cheeky little kill there by Seth, but right now, London's going to be spawning in that back corner. So Chicago's going to do everything that they can do to push that out. In the kill feed, 3 just went down. So looks like they're doing a pretty decent job of locking down kills. They're not going to have that pushed out yet, but they definitely have them on their heels. So as this rotates here, they don't have spawns. Hopefully they can get a couple kills in the cuts here if you're a Chicago fan. So essentially, they're really hitting this back hill hard, so these back spawns hard. It might be a little bit more beneficial to go ahead and push into hill and try to contest a little bit. So they are trying to get kills and take over spawns, but it's just not going all that well. At this point in time, even if you gave up the last 30 seconds here, it's going to be a tied game. So I would be a little bit weary in terms of how much we're pushing for the rest of this hill. Just because the last thing you want to do is give up spawns for the next one. So that second hill is one where you can really max out time, but at the end of this, they're still going to end up holding a lead, and they weren't able to overtake anything there. So as this rotates back to the third hill on the opposite side of the map, I would expect them to regain a pretty sizable lead here. So for Seth, all he's doing right here is he's pushed up a little bit into these cuts, trying to get kills as London rotates out of that last hard point. Nice kill in the cut there. And all that he's going to do there is just kind of buy 10 or 15 seconds from a contest there from that. So as he's getting kills here, he's just resetting them back probably another 50, 60 feet or so. So nice job battling in the middle of the map here. They don't have the right lane locked down, so that's a pretty big mistake there. They were battling in mid-map and on the left side, but they didn't have that right side locked down. So in an area where you could have easily locked down all 60s of these seconds, looks like they foregoed about 15 or 20 of those seconds. This is not how you would elect. That's just timing there. Seth was battling that, and then as soon as he went to go ahead and mantle in, he popped out. But there's a tie game right here. So they have spawns. They just did a really poor job. Chicago did a really poor job of locking down spawns and watching all 3 of the alleys. The right side, so this side that Scum's on right now, they just weren't able to lock that down, and that ended up costing them pretty dearly. Now, as it rotates to the bar on the opposite side of the map, they're spawning out again. So second hill, they didn't have spawns. Third hill, they had spawns, but they gave it up. And then fourth hill, now that we're in bar, they're in here, but they don't quite have spawns yet. So this has been a pretty scrappy game so far. If you look at the kill feed on the left side, 5 just did go down for London, but my guess would be that they're probably still spawning in the back left, kind of by that second hard point. Maybe they're in mid-map. Seth's turning around here. It looks like they're in courtyard. It's really hard to tell. That's the thing with following these SMG players, is that sometimes it's really hard to tell where teams are spawning and where they're coming from, whereas sometimes if you're watching somebody like Formal, it's a little bit easier to see. So we got 11 seconds left as we rotate into the fifth hill. The fifth hill is right in the middle of the map. Seth's going to end up going there right now. For this one, what you want to do is lock down L. Doesn't look like they're going to have anything. Rated got a 2-piece, Scrap killed Envoy, so Envoy and Seth, usually the 2 that rotate a little bit early, went down. So they're definitely not going to have control of this fifth hill. Luckily, they do have about a 20-point lead, so they can afford a little bit of time rotating here. But if you're Chicago, you do want to hold down these back spawns. I don't like the fact that they're not looking on this left side at all. So Seth is watching train tracks here, but nobody's really committed to this left side, so they could very easily get pushed out for this second hill. We'll see what ends up happening. But exactly what I'm talking about here is that in this 5th hill, you want to hold down this back spawn because it doesn't matter too much for this 5th hill, and it doesn't matter too much for the 1st hill, but you do want to hold down those spawns for the rotation into the 2nd hill. So let me go ahead. Let's listen into what they're talking about a little bit. Let's hear what's going on in terms of communication.
From bar.
Weak, another one old.
One more.
One more.
Green card. What?
One is pinching you guys. He's pinching you.
Yes.
Now everybody's spawning out. So they were able to get the majority of the time in that 5th hill, which is nice, but they are spawning out for the 2nd hill. However, if they can get all 50 of these points, then it's not going to matter too much. If they can get the majority of these points, it's going to be 286 going into that 2nd hill, so it won't really matter all that much anyways. But nice job here getting time in these contested hills out of Chicago.
One shot in hill.
Mid tracks going from bar.
Scraps one shot in hill.
I thought you had the cross.
Oh man. I called him out.
Oh, sorry.
All good.
If you're Seth here, you want to push through courtyard. I don't know how much you want to go middle just because somebody's, that's going to be a contested spot. So trying to hit that cut and go middle, of course people are going to be looking there because they're going to be looking for anybody pushing out of the hill. They're going to be looking for anybody pushing down these mid tracks, whereas there might only be one, maybe two committed. Seth just missed one there. There is one behind him on the left over on the water side. That's the person that's shooting right there. He missed him running around that corner. But sometimes it's a little bit easier to push through this courtyard, the water's edge area. So as we get into the 2nd hard point, Seth should probably try to get kills in these cuts here. Looks like everybody's from Chicago is spawning in water, so they're trying to push through that back cut. Let's go ahead. Let's listen in again.
We flip.
That's him. I'm trying to get time. You're good.
Spawns flipped. So it looks like if you look in the kill feed, 4 went down, and then now they're spawning out. So this is a nice win. Seth probably needs to turn around. They're probably going to be pushing through courtyard, so this doesn't help them all that much unless he just wants to rotate. So yeah, he's just going to leave that dude. He's going to rotate, try to set up kills and spawns for this 3rd hard point as it rotates. Let's listen.
I'm going out.
Go. Blue dump. He's in L.
One bottom row.
Yeah, Jared's in L.
And you sound
I'm in the back. I'm in the back of new.
You're looking for one.
It's a really nice job out of Seth, just being sneaky back here, trying to set up spawns for his teammates as they come off dying.
Got me.
Gate went to you, Seth.
I'm hitting left. Yeah, they spawned.
Hit left, so they spawn back.
Oh my God.
Oh, there's one more behind Seth there. Oh, there's somebody behind you. So he's not able to lock down spawns, but he is doing a really nice job of killing people in the cuts before they're able to get there. That's 3 kills, so that's 3 people that can't go in and contest on hill because Seth is being a pest. That's 4 people. So those kills out of Seth are massive. So he wasn't able to lock down spawns, but he was able to kill 4 people in a row before they could get up into the hard point and contest, and that's why you've seen this lead balloon so much. So looks like they've finally been able to get the kills. They were contesting a little bit there. Again, nice kills from Seth. He's having a really nice day so far. I did a match earlier in this scrim, and he did really well. I think he dropped like 39. So he's having a nice day. As this one comes to a close, it's going to rotate back to the other side of the map. There is somebody pushing. This should be an easy kill here. They know exactly where he's at. I guess not. So we're down to about 5 seconds left. Chicago was pushed up into the cuts. 2 seconds. It's contested. They should be able to win this. Oh, there's 2 in. All right, maybe not. So this is the thing. If you're Chicago, just relax.
I'm going for cut kills.
Somebody needs to. So all they're doing right now is they're filtering in one by one. They were staggered. And eventually they were able to overcome and overtake that hill. But what you'd want to do in a scenario like that is you just want to chill. So just relax, get everybody together, and then push as a team. If you're pushing as a team, that's a lot harder to get 5 kills than it is to just stagger the deaths. That's a big thing in Overwatch. As the scoreboard comes up here, Seth dropped 28, Gunless 27, Envoy 33, and they won 250 to 117. So another really nice scrim there out of Chicago. A couple things didn't go their way, but for the most part, they were able to lock down the hills and those neutral hills. Neutral hills, like the 5th one and the 1st one, they got the vast majority of the time in those, and that is a big thing to do with the reason why they won. So if you're new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Once the Minnesota land comes, we're 2 weeks away. I'm going to be doing this all day. Every match I'm going to break down, upload, so I'll be your headquarters for that Minnesota land. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. But thank you guys so much. Don't leave without leaving a like, and I will catch you in the next one. We'll see you.